Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the 205th segment of Being Inspired with Buzopat Life-Changing Reality Tonic. I am Honorable Ambassador Buzopat to Sigwe, and this is the platform I call my pulpit, where we embrace the truth that leads to our freedom. If you're coming across this video for the first time, please kindly hit the subscription button. Okay, like, share, drop your comment and click on the notification button so that you will know when next this video drops. For those who has been with me on this beautiful long journey, I appreciate you all. And those who are coming on board, may God bless each and every one of you. Okay, today I'll be talking on the topic unnoticed efforts. Yes, was an unnoticed effort. Unnoticed effort refers to, where, your actions and contributions that despite being significant are not acknowledged by others. Yes. This can be very frustrating experience. It can be so frustrating as it shows that your hard work and dedication are not valued or appreciated in any form, in any way. And when your efforts go unnoticed, one thing I want you to know is that your values is not in the applause. Yes. In situations where you gave your all, you stayed up late, you held things together, you sacrificed, you defended, you showed up even when there was no clapping, when no one clapped. Yet no thank you, no recognition, no appreciation. In some cases, like the one that I handled last week, you will even be blackmailed, called names and insulted. And no one saw the weight you were carrying. Here is the truth, my dears. Your value does not decrease because someone failed to acknowledge your worth. That's something I want every one of you to understand. It doesn't decrease because somebody does not appreciate your worth. It doesn't decrease, So, however painful this may be, however painful the people who have been through it or who are going through it, however hurting it could be, it is important to remember that even if your efforts go unnoticed, that you can still have a positive impact. Yes, positive impact, mark that word. And you can contribute to your own personal growth. That is something I need you to understand. Because a lot of people are going through a lot. And even in churches, in business places, in markets, in offices, in homes, in families, there are people that are the ones who do all the work. But praises and glory goes to the people who are on top, who actually delegated them to do that. But nothing stops you from saying, yes, everybody is clapping, everybody is doing good, but honestly, the brainchild, the idea came from this person. This person, most people don't do that. Most people don't do that. I know what I'm talking about, and I know I am talking to so many people who are carrying this burden, and I know that so many people are going through this experience and they are hurting and they are bleeding in the heart. But I'm here to tell you, being unnoticed doesn't mean that you're unworthy. No, it simply means that it's time to change the approach. You need to focus on creating impact, like I just mentioned, being visible and finding fulfillment in your own progress. You may not understand the power in those things, the power in these three things that I just mentioned, but it actually has everything you need inside it, Instead of you constantly seeking validation from people, concentrate on this. Don't let the silence around your effort define your words. No, it can't and will not. And don't let the frustration turn you into a shadow of who you used to be, or turn you into a person you can't even recognize anymore. Because I actually saw someone, the joy of living has been drained, every single thing. But no, that somebody doesn't see your world does not mean that you cannot see your own world. Everything is tied to you and you. Remember, that is only in the circle where you are that you're feeling like that. You've not bothered to step out. And when you step out, you change the narrative, you change the game. Sometimes the most meaningful efforts are in the quiet ones. Done in love, done in secret, done with a heart that doesn't need an audience. So you need to understand what these people that have been rejected and been called names, despite all that they have been through, despite all the sacrifices and everything, what they're going through. But what I need to tell you today is, keep doing good even when it feels unnoticed. Keep being kind even when it's not returned. Keep showing up not for the applause, but because it is who you are inside. Don't change. That's what I'm pleading. Don't stop being you. Because like I said earlier about changing the approach, taking a proactive step to address the situation can help every individual, navigate from these challenges. And it will not change who you are, but you'll continue to live a meaningful life despite having this. So, changing approach, what do you do when your efforts are unnoticed, when it's unappreciated, when you think you are not actually being recognized in any form, in any way? The first thing I will advise you to do is seek a feedback. Yes. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't suffer in silence. Most times, it may be that the people who are doing that don't even know what you're doing. Break the silence. Yes. Ask questions. You never can tell what you will see when you do that. The second thing I want you to do is communicate your efforts. Communicate your accomplishments. Because if you don't say, here I am, nobody will say, who are you? I always say that. You need to do that. You need to do this. And then you will see what happens. The next thing, again, that I will tell you to do is to focus on your positive impact. Yes. Even when it looks as if it's not recognized, nobody cares, my dear, focus on the impact. Understand that you're touching life. You're doing something. When you're convinced of the positive impact, you will be happy somehow. You will be okay. And then find fulfillment in the work. Be satisfied. Like I just said, all of them are all gearing to the same thing. When you find fulfillment in the work, and you remember that you're no longer seeking validation from anybody because you already know the positive impact that is coming and following the things you do. So you'll be satisfied that you're doing good. Whether they like it or not, whether it's noticed or not, you know in the heart of your heart that you're making impact, and a positive one at that. So you're satisfied that you're doing good. The next thing I want you to do is to keep leading with integrity. You may think that you're not visible. You may think that people are not seeing. But my dear, let me tell you, one day, everything you've sown in silence will boom. And it will be seen and heard in different places. And you'll be wondering how, and you won't have an answer. So if someone don't recognize your effort, if someone don't recognize if all your effort go unnoticed, if someone don't even know if you working wires for them, instead of you to turn around and become something else and not like, drop who you are and all that, you were not that thing because of them. You were created to be who you are. Except for those who are pretending to be what they are not. That is when it will go that bad. That is when it will hurt you. That is when you will drop it because it was never in you in the first place. So you were acting it in order to get one favor or the other. For those who act out these things, they're the ones that can quickly throw in the towel because what they are suffering for, they are not getting dividend. But if it's something you are created, you've done this thing because that's who you are. I want you to know that one day, like I said, those who truly value you, those who know your word, those who God will send to you, they will show up, and they will show up for you. And when they show up, they will rewrite the story. When they show up, they will make you forget years of the agony, years of all the no thank you jobs that you have done and all that, because they will treat you right. There are different categories of human beings on this earth. There are ungrateful ones, yes, they are. There are people who don't care. There are people who are not even happy with themselves. There are people that no matter what you do to them, they don't care. So when you happen to be in the midst of people like that, hey, I need you to know that one thing you should understand, that you are happy. You are happy that at least you did your best and you gave your all in that thing. But I want you to also know that you're valuable. And if you think they're not seeing you, heaven is seeing you. You're seen by God. And that is enough for you. Once you're doing those things that God approves and appreciates, and that is according to the standard of God, He sees you. He cares. He knows. And He doesn't leave His people unattended to. I need you to understand that. He doesn't. He will come through for you. So if you are at the verge of, I don't want to do again, I want to throw in the towel, I want to quit, stop, don't. The people that you are doing all those things for, your reward is not in their hands. It's temporal. But when God sends you people who will reward you for the good that you have done, for all those things that you think nobody notices, the reward will shock you. It will blow your mind. It will make you everything so beautiful. That's my message for us today. Okay? And for those who are hurting, and for people who think that this message is directly for them, I want you to hold on and hold out, because it will change before you know it. And it may not come from those people who you have done. It doesn't matter how they have taken it. It doesn't matter what they called you. It doesn't matter if they relegated your sacrifices. It doesn't matter if they ask you who sent you. It doesn't matter if they say, is it not what you want to do that you did? It doesn't matter if you saved the life that looked at you and said, did I ask you to? Yes, it would not be better that you have left me like that. Yes, somebody has saved their life. And when the person regained consciousness, not like you would have left me to have, imagine that. But all the same, you don't hurt. You don't need to cry. You don't need to bleed. You don't need to murmur. You don't need to change. Because unnoticed efforts has reward. And it's only God that gives such reward. Okay? So, like I said, don't stop doing good. Don't stop being kind. Don't stop showing up. Don't stop saying what matters. And the most important thing, don't stop saying your truth whenever it comes. Your truth may not sit well on everybody's shoulder. No, that's why it's the truth. It may not be loved by everybody. People don't even need to understand. People don't even need to clap for you when they know that you say things the way they are. So for you being like that, you already have your own demons already. I need you to understand that, And yeah, like I said, that's just what I came up here to say today. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Be Inspired with Buzopat. Follow me at YouTube, follow. Oh my God. Today. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like I said. Follow me at Instagram, at ambassador.buzo. Follow me at Facebook, Be Inspired with Buzopat, and Moment of Truth with Buzo, and then my page, Honorable Ambassador Buzopat. Osigwe. There are so many other pages I have to Buzo there, and follow me at TikTok, Be Inspired with Buzopat. DM me as you do. Most times you talk like this, you get confused. You get confused. And most times I talk, I'm like, what exactly is my name? You'll be shocked that I'll be thinking about my name. Just like I'm thinking about myself. Oh my God, it's not easy. But it is easy in Jesus' name. Amen. Oh, take care. Bye.